Well, from a self-described knucklehead growing up to spearheading construction of Lucas Oil Stadium to leading Indiana University athletics, Fred Glass has quite the story to tell. And so he has in a book titled Making Your Own Luck. Bill Benner has more in this week's Inside Indiana Sports. Bill.
Thank you, Gary. Indeed, Fred Glass has had quite the career and is captured in the subtitle From Skid Row Bar to Rebuilding IU Athletics. The book out this week is also supplemented by a series of videos, and it's my pleasure to have Fred on the program this week. Sir, welcome.
Bill, thanks a lot. I really appreciate the invitation. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and thanks for being on the show. Just let's talk about your overall motivation about chronicling your career and some of the lessons that you hope people will take from that.
You know, a couple Father's Days ago, my oldest child, my daughter, gave me a gift called Storyworth, where you get a subscription every week. The company asks you a question and you answer about your life, and it goes on for 52 weeks. And I did that, and it proved to be a really kind of an emotional piece. My daughter bound the books, gave them to her siblings. One of my sons said he cried when he read it. It started to make me think I had some things to talk about, and that was really the genesis of the whole project.
And talk about lessons, Fred. And again, I've watched several of your videos, and you always seem to have a really valuable perspective to offer from your life experiences.
Well, you know how it is, Bill, as a writer, you know, I just started writing to preserve the family stories and kind of tell my story. I'm an only child. My parents are gone. I wanted the stories to survive me. And then as I was doing it, I started to see some themes come up. They revealed themselves to me, these moments in time where I realized, you know, opportunities don't come at convenient times, or pick the opportunity that presents more opportunities downstream. And I thought, if I could write those down, I could save somebody the hard knocks of figuring it out during the course of their life. So I've written down 10 of those, show how they play themselves out in my life. And I hope it's a story of empowerment that, you know, you can do it. I'm just a goof that kind of stumbled into these different opportunities. And, you know, if I can do it, other people can do it. And I hope they take away, you know, why don't I go for it and try to do some fun stuff.
You grew up in Indianapolis. You mentioned Skid Row Bar in the subtitle. What's that all about?
Yeah, so my dad owned a bar on Skid Row at the corner of East and Washington Street. And I basically grew up in the back of it. He bought it when I was about 5 years old. And I lived down there basically in the back room, you know, while he was tending bar and doing his thing until, you know, my mid to high teens. And I hated it, you know, when I was doing it. It was different than what my friends were doing, and it took away my evenings and my weekends. But man, I learned so much there, so much about people a lot of us never have the chance to encounter. And so I really think nothing impacted me more, you know, ultimately positively than seeing life from the back of a Skid Row tavern.
Fred, you ended up, you were an IU fan growing up. You ended up, after a successful law career, and we'll touch upon that in just a second, but you ended up as the director of athletics at your alma mater. That had to be both a tremendous opportunity, responsibility, but a thrill.
Yeah, Bill, it's a thrill. I loved every day of it. And it came out of left field, you know, when Greenspan retired or resigned or whatever, I didn't think really twice about it, and then got connection with the search committee and thought it was the craziest thing I ever heard, and then I thought it would be maybe the coolest thing I ever heard. So I decided to try it, and I loved it. Again, it's my alma mater, Bloomington. You know, most beautiful campus, kids, sports. You know, what's not to like? And it was a great experience for me, and I'll always treasure it.
Fred, you worked for Evan Bayh, you worked for Bart Peterson, and importantly, you were the CIB president when Lucas Oil Stadium needed to be brought into reality. And again, as you look back, it ended up, we had a Super Bowl because of that, kept the Colts in town, so that has to be a tremendous career accomplishment as well.
Yeah, I was just thinking that shovel back there is a ceremonial shovel from the groundbreaking for what became Lucas Oil Stadium. And you know, you remember, Bill, but a lot of our listeners and viewers wouldn't. You know, when Bart was elected mayor, we were under a contract where we basically had to write the Colts checks to stay at the meeting of the league, and not get anything for it, you know, other than maybe to keep them here for a couple of years before they would essentially become a free agent. And so as a small market, we figured the only way to generate the kind of money that we need to generate to keep the Colts was to build a new stadium. And we were kind of in a role reversal, because people think of of teams demanding stadiums. We are actually a community demanding a stadium because we needed that as the economic powerhouse for that. And it became our new town square, and it's a awesome amenity. It was combined with the expansion of the Indiana Convention Center. And I must admit, I'm really proud to have been a part of making that a reality.
Quickly, as we wrap up, the book is out this week, and where can people get it?
Pretty much anywhere. We're really trying to be in local independent bookstores. It's at Barnes & Noble. It's on Amazon. It's on IU Press's website. You know, when you write a book, Bill, they tell you have to have a website. So I have a website, fred-glass.com. That's fred-glass.com. And there's ways to order the book there from your favorite local bookstore.
Well, Fred Glass, thanks for making your own luck, and we look forward to reading your life lessons in those pages. Thanks for being on the show with us.
Thanks, Bill. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.